Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be probably the last video I make before baby boy arrives. I am officially 39 weeks pregnant as of yesterday. So now we're just waiting on him. So it's super exciting and fun, but as I've been preparing for him to come, it kind of got me thinking about afterwards when you come home from the hospital and just what that looks like. And after we had Reagan, I learned a lot of what I didn't like, what I did like, what worked, what didn't, and just all those unsaid rules that you don't really know until you have a kid. And then you're like, why isn't this talked about? Why didn't I know this? And I honestly felt so bad for how I had done or not done things that I should have for friends who had had babies before me. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did not know that we were supposed to do that or not supposed to do that. So if you know somebody who's having a baby, this video is for you. Stay tuned, I'm gonna get into a list of kind of general things that you should or shouldn't do. But then I also talked to a bunch of my mom friends, took some polls, and got their feedback on specific things that they liked and didn't like. And I thought it was really interesting. Some of it surprised me, and some of it was contradictory. One person liked one way, one person didn't. So sometimes it's all up to the mom, but we will get into all that. Stay tuned. To grab my Smarties because mom was craving some sugar. So I made a list of all the things that people said they liked, didn't like. Also just like general things that I think can be across the board, because that was the hardest part. Once I started hearing the feedback, I was like, well, okay, well, are there really things I can say apply to everyone? And I do think there are some, but then there are some that were very different and unique. So I'll go into that. First things first, across the board, the safest thing to do when your mom friend has her baby is wait to be invited to meet the baby. Also, you need to keep in mind, kids, if you have them, don't bring them unless that parent has extended that offer to your family, or like bring everybody. They'll probably make that clear, but that's something I didn't realize once I had my daughter, how much germs were a factor, and it's really uncomfortable to be that person, especially right after you have a baby, to be like, oh hey, like I'm not comfortable having younger kids that, you know, are in school or daycare or whatever. I mean, it's common sense to not come when you're sick, but keep that in mind out of respect for their new baby who's super vulnerable to anything and everything out there, germs wise. Also, when you do get invited over, everyone who comes to meet baby, wash your hands like as soon as you walk in the door. Hand sanitizer, get it done. Mom and dad will appreciate that. Also, don't come empty-handed. That's something that I feel like our parents should have taught us, but unfortunately it is not always a known thing. But don't come empty-handed. Bring them some food, bring them a gift or a gift card for food. Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of that is so helpful. Parents will appreciate that. Another gift idea I got from a mom was postpartum items for healing. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, look it up. There's so many suggestions. And I can also link some items that I think would be good for a postpartum gift basket for a mom. Don't ask to hold the baby. Let the mom offer. I didn't know how I would react after having a baby, but some moms can be super protective, which is very normal, and not want you to hold their baby. Other people could be totally opposite. One of my girlfriends actually said she wanted someone to hold her baby. She happened to be struggling a lot with postpartum depression and did not know it, but she was like feeling guilty because she didn't really even want to hold her baby at the time. So either way, I would let the mom initiate, and a mom will tell you if she wants you to hold her baby, and trust me on that. That is so uncomfortable for a mom to have to be super protective or feel like some type of way. When they do offer, or if they do, wash your hands again right before you hold the baby. This one actually surprised me. One said, don't kiss the baby. I was like, who is doing that? Like, I would not think you'd have to say that, but maybe this is for like grandma or great grandma. I think it's weird, but don't do that. Okay, if they have older children, think about bringing maybe something small for those siblings. At least acknowledge them first when you come in the door, because that's something that I think can be hard for the older children to adjust to having a new baby, and now the focus is all on the baby and everyone comes in all about this new baby, which can create a lot of jealousy. So talk to the kids, see how they're doing, make them feel special. I promise you this newborn will never remember what's going on. They're not losing, you'll still get to meet the baby, but I just think it's important to do, and I don't think anyone would say that that's not a good idea. Another one, big one I think for me personally, don't take pictures without asking first, and be prepared to hear no. This is a big sensitive topic for a lot of parents, and then on top of that, do not post to social media without asking for permission. And I think that that goes throughout the child's life, not just newborn stages. I think that's something that I always ask my friends first, or would want to be asked about. Even though I have my daughter on social media and I plan to have my son on social media, I really appreciate being asked first. I think a general, across the board, don't overstay your welcome. I'd say an hour at the longest. Just trust me on that. Another one that I heard from some friends is offer to help with pets. That's something that's super helpful. When you bring home your baby, pets just become lower priority. It is what it is. If they have dogs, hey, can I come walk them? And let me tell you from personal experience, we had friends do that, and it was just so nice, because you don't want to ask that request, and you also feel so bad for your pets, or they're just so stir crazy and they're going through an adjustment. I think that it's a really nice offer. Parents would appreciate it, whether they take you up on it or not. I think that it's something to offer if you're wondering what you can do to help. These are things I got from feedback from moms. Don't ask, how can I help? Or let me know if you need anything. Those are things that are not helpful to parents, really to anybody. We're talking about new parents or parents bringing home a newborn. Offer two things, like let them pick or decline. And also understand they may decline, because some people don't want help, or it's just overwhelming. If you do not know what to offer, you could always be like, would it be helpful if I made you food? Would it be helpful if I did this? Or you could just say, would you prefer that I wash your bottles for you, or do laundry, or watch your child while you take a nap? Or, give those two things or suggestions and let them decide. Okay, next one, send encouraging text messages that don't require a response. And I felt that. It's hard to have all these people wanting updates and photos, things that are not what you need to be focusing on right when you come home. One more person to respond to can be so overwhelming. Also, understand that you probably won't hear back very quickly. Don't expect that at all. In general, like moving forward with parents, sometimes it's hard to understand if you're not a parent. Just know we will get back to you when we can. If you're going to text us, send us a nice message that you don't expect a response to. Another friend said, don't text asking a lot of questions. That's a big one. I think spouses should be in charge of communication from the hospital, updates. If you feel like giving updates, do not feel like you have to, parents, but friends of parents, don't expect updates. Do not ask, how much did the baby weigh? How long were they? How long was labor? What's your birth story? What is this? Do not. There's so much going on. They do not have time for that. That's what you can talk about when you come meet the baby, when they ask you to come meet the baby. That was a pop quiz. Wait for them to ask you. Another mom, she was opposite of me, and I want to be the one initiating, hey, I'm ready to have you come meet my baby if you'd like to. Let's set up a time. She wanted someone to ask her, because she was like, I don't know how soon is too soon. My baby just was born last week and I'm like, hey, you want to come over? She liked it actually when people were like, hey, we'd love to meet your baby. And that helped her to have those conversations. So something to consider. Everyone's a little different. I still think a rule of thumb would be to err on the side of caution and give them their space, but you can express if you're sending congratulations, we can't wait to meet them. It's not a bad thing to say. The when can we meet? When can I come over? This can be a little aggressive. I think that's all. That's pretty much the feedback that I got from other people, and also some things that I thought of. It's just good to know. It could all change. I don't know how I'm going to respond. This is my second baby. It's not flu season anymore. It's not really COVID as much anymore. Things have changed. Regardless, I am going to take it one day at a time for our situation, but these are things I would appreciate as a parent. I'm sure other parents would appreciate them. Please comment down below though if you have other suggestions, things that you didn't like, things that you did like. What did I miss on this list? Did you agree with this list? Put all that down below and share this video with your friends that don't have kids, because before I had kids, I had no idea, and it is, yeah, you just don't know, and it's not your fault. And we don't hold it against you. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope that I see you guys soon with a new baby in my arms. And then I can introduce you all to him. Yeah, I'm very excited. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.